I have some questions for you. Have you ever wanted to build something much bigger than you? Have you ever wanted to colonize a new place like Christopher Columbus did in America? Have you ever wanted to drive away the locals and take away their natural resources for yourself?
I'm in danger!
If you said yes to any of the previous questions, boy do I have a game for you. Factorio Space Age is available now on Steam, and you better go and buy it. Or else, I'm coming for you. So without further ado, I will give you my first video from my journey to the stars. We started off like any other Factorio save. Default settings, no 10 times resources, no 30,000 enemies. I want to experience this game raw, as the devs wanted to make it, well, more or less. We crashed our beautiful ship into this cursed land and I started looking around for the starting resources. Seems like all the nodes are close to each other. This is my first rodeo with this game, but it was quite a while ago since I booted up this masterpiece. Of course, the first thing we need is coal. Lots and lots of coal. And to make the most basic chest, we need wood. So I went shopping. We now have coal. We should start making some iron. And as always, the factory must grow. The factory must grow. Finally, we have steam power. The world is no longer in the dark. And the most important thing to do in every save is the color of our engineer. The green looks better in my opinion. At least something will remain green after I'm done with this planet, if you catch my drift. I think I upset some people with my previous comment. I want to explain a little further. What I meant with at least something green, I meant the hundreds of green circuits that I will build with this planet resources. And with this we have the starting resources done. I don't have to do any more labor work. Now we need to start working on science. Even if we are an intelligent monkey, we are not so smart to build every device from the get-go. So we need this lab thingy to do our work. It uses advanced AI and machine learning algorithms to determine the best course of learning. It also uses uses red science packs to do that. Let's clean up the debris from the rocket. Some of my fellow engineers likes to keep the rocket as some kind of monument to show the progress from how they got here to the futile attempt to escape. Why futile? Well, because the factory must grow. I'm not sure if I'm doing this right. It's one boiler for 2 steam engines, right? Because 30 with 30 makes 60. Even though I'm a full-time engineer, I slept off in each of my math classes. I wanted to build stuff with my hands. And now we need to feed this inserter some coal. And ta-da! We have power. Not really unlimited, but we'll get there. Fuck the spaceship. Now to begin researching the most important recipe, the assembler. As a fun fact, it will allow us to make more complex recipes and we should stop crafting everything by hand. Just imagine every item being crafted by machines and all of the building is done by robots. We just need to open the map and do some configuration. That's what we want. Where was I? Ah yes, research, research, research. Now I get to play as Rambo. It led, you disgusting swines. Doesn't seem to work as expected. I need more firepower. I don't deal enough damage and I don't have enough bullets to eradicate his nest. Yeah, no shot. I need turrets. I will die in this way. I lied. Need to make my internet network to finally be able to watch some 4K videos. How else I'm gonna watch 24 hours a day of Asmond and get my daily dose of Gordon Ramsay? One note down, only 400 to go. This must be my least favorite activity to do in the early game. All is good to have wireless, but what happens when I encounter a medium-sized nest? I can't get rid of it until I have at least turrets. I need to go around it. Very frustrating. And with the satellites in place, the electricity bill went through the roof. Lucky me that I don't have any kind of remorse for the environment. I would like to make the steam factory as big as I can. But as you know, in early game I'm basically a beggar for resources. And as the saying goes, beggars can be choosers. And with that I hope my electricity will be okay for a while. Look at that inserter. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Finally we can start playing the goddamn game. Got enough resources to build a proper smelting line. Also, I wanted this time to use this tool to calculate the resources necessary for each build. Because in each run I did them by the ear and that didn't work out always. I can start teaching the old miners and have some proper drills. This game is always like around a 4D chess. You need to think 17 steps ahead or else you need to do everything from the beginning. Did I move the queen to d17? Did I took his bishop in the second dimension? How are my pawns in the middle earth doing? You know, the usual stuff when playing 7D chess. You either love it or hate it. Just need to hook up the most important resource to the smelters. Some people like gold, some people like silver, not me. I like iron. Lots and lots of iron. So this planner tells me I need 32 basic furnaces. And now to hook up the miners to the network. It is always so nice to start mining a new node for resources. It's like drinking liquid energy. You always want more. Look at that. So beautiful. But we are not done yet. Don't have the goddamn inserters, and we also need to do the other side. Need more resources. Till we can mine all the basic stuff, I'll make some coal this way. I still need to hand feed the furnaces with coal, because we don't have the bigger electricity poles, so we can make those longer inserters. We'll research the turret in the meantime. We still need to stretch the network, but without turrets it will take way longer. Finally, we are done with the iron. The turrets will be done in a couple of seconds. But what good are turrets without bullets? The first assembler goes, of course, for bullets. Ironic, I know. Freedom, Murica, guns. Oops, seems like I kind of forgot about the electricity. No problem, we'll fix it ASAP. Of course, what did I expect to happen? Finally, we can exterminate the closer nests with the power of turrets. I also know that you can wall up these nests like a pen and let them suck as much pollution as they can, but I like to destroy them. Don't want bug nests near my factory. How much I like this. When I pick up the turrets, the ammo goes into my gun, not the inventory. It will fuck me up one time. And I was editing this, I remember that I could simply put the gun into the inventory to avoid this behavior. Well, what can I do? Back to the video. Another nest. Another opportunity for my engineer to fuck it up. But this time it is a small one. So all is good. Let's see, how's the map going? Better, not perfect. But as in life, not all things can be perfect. Except for Gabon and Steam. But here we are not talking about endangered species. And now, in the premiere, Sony will have his first death. You may be wondering, how did he die? Well, remember that thing with the bullet in the inventory? Yeah, didn't took long before he tried to mess with the big nest. Thank god this isn't a hardcore world, am I right? I'll grab my shit back and off we go. Put more coal into the boilers. I also should start on the mining coal business. Can't always come here to put with my hands coal into boilers. I'm too lazy to do it. Okay, starting sucking another core resource. My happiness can be expressed by words. I always thought that these type of games like Factorio or Satisfactory must be for crazy people. That's why I like them so much. I mean, in all of them you start from 3 types of resources, then the mind of the monkey builds mega factories, and I think it is awesome. And from I saw the communities are top tier. Not like World of Warcraft where one day is sunny and cool, another a meteor falls onto the Blizzard's headquarters and everything goes apeshit. It's finally time to start the coppering or smelting. We'll use the same amount of basic furnaces as the iron one. I don't want to spend too much time on these furnaces, they will become obsolete sooner than later when we unlock the steel ones. And yeah, it's time to automate the goddamn belts. I don't want to see no more belts in inventory. Step 1 complete, make iron gears. Step 2, connect them to iron and let the magic happen. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Now to connect the furnaces to the drills. I already want to go and start mining bigger nodes. This one will dry sooner than we think. I don't want to stop production because the factory must grow. The factory must grow. Only the inserters are left and we are done. Iron check, coal check, copper check. We are all set. The collection system is done. Now with all that building and new furnaces, the pollution went quite high. And I'm all about coughing blood and lungs getting fucked. But I think the locals are not of the same mind. I should go and greet them. Look at them, wanting to give me a hug. No thank you, I respect personal space. This tech is still working with the closed nest, but I kinda want to up my firepower. Firstly though, I should build some more turrets. And also, I should start walling.
We need to build a wall.
Looks better. Now it's time for my least favorite resource, stone. As always, I build a simple smelting line, more than iron and copper. Why? Because don't have the resources to dump into this one. And done. We have bricks. And with bricks we can make walls. And the walls will keep the good feng shui in and the bad feng shui out. I dare you to find from where is this reference. and something is working too good, the rule is to double it. We should start working on making blood. The recipe is very straightforward. We only need gears and copper plates, so it's easy peasy. We already have both of them. I want to make 100 per minute, so we need 70 assemblers. I started building the line of assemblers for the first science pack. Things are moving forward in a nice pace. Maybe I should have started with the automation of the inserters, but I'm not an intelligent monkey, so don't expect much from me. Slow and steady is my motto, at least on Sundays. The lines are ready. Just need to start this baby up and we are done with the red sugar for life. Some of you may say, but Sonny, you need to build bigger assembly lines for science packs. And to that I say, I know, but I don't care. I'm satisfied for now with the amount of science packs per minute. Maybe later I will expand this part or even upgrade the assemblers tier 2 or 3 and put modules in them, but we will see. We should now focus our attention on the science lab part. I want them built somewhere not too far but not too close. I'm trying for this run to not build everything in one big chunk, then to destroy bits and pieces later because I didn't space out the machines. For the science lab part, I always do this build. 2 belts circling the science labs and 2 science labs per row. Definitely is not the best in slot, but it is a build that I've always done this way. Yeah, maybe you can have X amount of science lab on each row and have inserters just take and place in each one of them, but I don't like that way. My brain thinks that this way is more easier to do. Maybe if I had access to bigger electricity poles from the beginning I would have tried something new, but for now it is good enough. Just need to put the inserters and we are done. Science baby.
Yes, science!
Now we need to make our lives easier. Time to start building the inserters. It is time. I went the hard route and make the science first. Firstly we need the copper wires built. Now this component gave me nightmares in each and every playthrough. Why? Because you either make way too many or way too less. They are core components for circuits, and the circuits eat these wires like bread. Also, they are built super fast and in bulk, not one at a time, so sometimes you need to be careful with the belts. For the moment I will build just 5 of them, but surely we will need lots of them. I'll try to leave as much space as possible for any in the future. Here I made a mistake. You know, when you start to build components that they are made from more than 2 items, you can get confused. Here I forgot about a vital step. Can you guess which one? Yep, the goddamn circuits. I made all that previous rant about circuits, but then I forgot about them. Happens, what can I say? And for sure it will happen in the future as well. No matter. Rinse and repeat. Destroy the previous belt and do it all over again. So, for the green circuits I need wires and iron. Easy enough. We'll bring the iron from here and we can start producing them. The green circuits, now that I think about them, are quite useful in this game. I mean, you can make inserters without them. Just imagine making the inserters by hand. Also talking about sad realities, today I saw some bad news. Path of Exile 2 just got delayed again. I'm quite a fan of RPGs and I have been waiting for it for quite a while. And right now, with a delay, I think about buying Diablo 4. Okay, I know that has mixed reviews and not everything is good and shiny there, but I don't have any kind of RPG to play. Just the other day I finished another run on Grim Dawn and Season of Last Epoch was kinda meh at best. There is a possibility to play another round of Path 1, but in my opinion it would be a waste. And I totally miscalculate this, and to break the circuits on the other lane. Done. So what do you think, dear viewer? Should I wait for the Path 2? Or should I just insert another token in the Blizzard machine? Let me know in the comments. Enough chit chat about other games. We need to build fast inserters. The old ones are no longer viable. Now we need to make long inserters and a pair of splitters and the underground belts. And we are done with the inconvenient aspect of the early game. Well, I wouldn't be upset if I got my hands on a couple of robots and robot ports. But with time we will get there. I'm sure of it. Also, we should start building that wall. We should be able to wall it quite easily in this part. We want that iron ore inside the wall, so we would have to extend it a little bit. Then in the north the wall will be quite straightforward. Just a simple line and we are good. Are you ready? Let's go. Just look at this thing. Finally, we can start the second science pack. Or how do I like to call it? The slime in a bottle pack. The early game is done. What was time consuming till now, it is done. From my point of view, the game starts only now. When you have the basics and you just need to multiply them and make better gear. The green pack unlocks the most useful tools in my opinion. Electricity poles, steel furnaces and more. But these two will make our lives much easier. Delivery system is done. Just need to hook the lines to the assemblers and we are good to go. We just realized that we need more belts for this part. Definitely more than one assembler worth of belts. In addition, we need belts to automate the splitter and the underground belt. Those two need a lot of belts and I don't want to craft more of them by hand. For the moment, 5 of them will suffice, hopefully. If not, we can easily add more. Now we just need 2 assemblers for each and to connect them to the belts. Funny thing is that this game has, or maybe had, 3 types of belts. I think now there are 4, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't really read the expansion notes and what content they add to the base game. That way I can have the feeling of, wow, what's this? If you know what I mean. But it is sure a double-edged sword. In some scenarios I can be some key quality of life improvements. It would help me for the entire playthrough. But you win some, you lose some I guess. I'm 100% sure that this design for splitters and U-belts will bite me in the future. I build them way too close. And when I will upgrade these to MK1 belts, wait, MK1 belts? Those are insatisfactory. Yeah, too much time in these games, for sure. I also noticed that we don't make enough iron plates. That calls for an upgrade. But first we'll need to build a steel smelting factory. It's time to upgrade my basic furnaces to steel ones. In addition, we need to bring coal to them. I don't want to keep hand feed them. I lose efficiency. And as always, the factory must grow. Even though I would like to make steel with steel furnaces and not to bother replacing them afterwards, I think for the moment the basic one will suffice. I mean, we will not hold on to them much longer. This is kinda unique. Iron ore needs to first be smelted into an iron bar and only after that it can be smelted into a steel. So we need to have 2 rows of furnaces. Considering that I will also have to bring coal to them, the building parts will begin to add in logistic. So we now have steel. Awesome. Finally we can start automating the other furnaces. And with that we can start research for the big guns. Logistic 2. To be able to use belts more efficiently and to transport more resources. I will stick to the red belts for a long chunk of the game. I just realized something. The steel furnaces is still 2x2, not 3x3. The 3x3 must be the next furnaces. The electric ones, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, then we'll research electric poles then. Unfortunately, for them we need green science pack, and for those the requirements are inserters and belts. I think we need more assemblers for the basic inserter. We'll make more of them and move the upgraded ones a bit further. Now that that's done, we can filter the inserters and move them to the assembly line. One of the fun aspects of this game, in my opinion, is the dopamine that is released into the brain after you finish building something and you see it on the belt. Then you can start another thing, using the thing you just automated. And you repeat the cycle till you finish the game. And then you wonder how the hell did I miss work for 2 weeks straight? I should have gone outside to touch grass. But you get back on the game, like the addict you are. Now you can continue to build a better steel line. And with the new power poles, I can finally make the coal not hand feed anymore. This is just the beginning. We also have to make the iron plates better, the copper and the goddamn stone. Only need to bring the coal. And we are done. Just look at it. It's beautiful. Let's start with the other ones. Building the red belts is a priority. And we will actually see a difference in speed. Also, to upgrade all of our current belts, I will place a chest with them. But as you can see, we don't make enough iron gears. And we can't make enough iron gears because we don't have enough iron plates. And for iron plates, we need more drills. It is still quite slow. I will add some more assemblers to the line. It will help a lot in the future as well, because iron gears are used in quite a lot of recipes. Also starting the belt upgrade, because efficiency, am I right? As I said, these belts will go with us for a long time. And now that the gear assemblers are in place, we just need to correct a little mistake with the belt that I made when I built them. Here, the belt assemblers were not receiving the gears, and just need to hook them as they were before. And we are done. We have gears. Now to hook them to power. Seems like the belts are starting to work as expected. If we have tier 2 belts, we need as well to tier underground ones and tier 2 splitters. The U belts are done. And before the splitters, let's research the assembler tier 2. Also, to start smelting more iron, we need the smelting line to be at full at all times. Look at what we can research. Trains. One of the most fun things in this game. And here I can actually use them and understand them. Sadly, in Satisfactory I didn't quite get the gist of it. I cannot make them 100% efficient there. I don't know why. And from what I saw from the trailer of the expansion, you now have hanging rails. And that's awesome in my opinion. One of the things I want to build in this run is a huge train station with lots of paths leading all over the planet. I think it is time to double the smelting line of iron, and by double it, if you couldn't figure that out, I mean add another line. But I'm afraid that we will run into another problem here, because the feeding line is just one, and the furnace is on both sides, and I think the iron will not reach the end of the belt. But we will see. If that happens, I'll bring another line from the steel part, upgrading the most essential part of the belt. And we can start researching the solar energy building. How I like to use them is make a huge field of them and never again use any kind of energy production device, because the sun is infinite, but the coal and maybe other resources are not. We could argue about water being infinite too, but I don't want to. But sunny, you may ask. In the night, there is no sun. Let me finish my sentence first. I also like to build a huge field of batteries that will last us the entire night. But in the meantime, the thing I was worried about came to true. We don't mine enough iron ore to maintain 2 smelting lines at the moment. So I came down here to start the mining operation of a real node, with millions of iron ore. We could use trains to bring back the iron, but the distance in my opinion is manageable with belts. Trains will be used when the resources are very far away, and if I want to play with the trains, of course. Now onto building a must for our future mental health, assemblers. Not any kind of assemblers, tier 2 ones. The nice thing about them is that we don't really need many assemblers to build assemblers. See what I did there? We just need to bring the steel here and we are good to go. Hello. Seems like we angered some locals with our new endeavor in the mining of iron business. Let's go take a look at the defenses. Yep, they didn't stand a chance. But I don't like to have my property under attack, so we will take the fight to them. We need to bring out the pest control. Don't want any angry neighbors. So let's take a little bit of time and expand our satellite coverage and remove any nests that are too close to the base. Now that's done, we have assemblers tier 2. The last encounter with the bugs made me realize that I need to up my gun level a bit. The normal rounds are not making the cut anymore, so we need these Giga Chad bullets that are built from copper, steel and normal weak-ass bullets. And I'm starting to think about building the copper part with the better tools that we have now. Firstly, I thought that the expansion added the nice calculator in the left, but sadly it's added by the planning tool. I want this time to start with 2 smelting lines and then we can expand vertically when needed. Just need to connect them to the coal and we are done. And we have copper, and more exactly we have better efficiency copper. Also, I will add some more coal to the basic furnaces to finish their load. Then we can dismantle them. They are done. Now look how beautiful that is. Full belt of copper ingots. I also started mining another node. A small node back from home didn't cut it anymore. A second line of iron can also be changed a little bit. The big line will be hooked to the primary furnaces and the small leftovers from the base will use the secondary furnaces. Also, look what I got. Grenades. Still need to upgrade them one step further to be able to one-shot the trees. But you may be wondering why I'm destroying the natural fauna. Well, maybe I want to create motors for my machines. And don't want to drag another line of belts if I have everything right here. Almost done with the motors. But before that, I made those grenades by hand. I should make a small assembler to create some more for me. And to bring the last components for motors, this whole game is a giant software engineering project. I mean, in software engineering, we have inputs, outputs, and everything in between is kinda a black box. And in Factorio, it's kinda simple. You know what you need to add and what you need to get. And the black box is a giant ass assembler that is doing his thing under the hood. And now we can start another age, the age of militarization. And the first research that we're going to pick up are these awesome defender drones. These little robots are insane for what they do. They pack quite a punch and the clearing of the nest will be much easier. But for them, we need to start working on the military science packs. We need walls, grenades and red rounds. Red rounds we have, we only need more walls and some grenades. For walls, I want to start another area of the factory and use a bigger node for them. Also, in the future, when we need to upgrade all of the ground to concrete to get more speed, we will need more space for it. Just a simple smelting line with some assemblers after them will suffice for walls. Not many assemblers are required to make walls, because they are built very quickly and need a lot of stone bricks. And in this episode of deforestation, we need to bring the coal to the newly built furnaces. And for that, we need to destroy a little bit more of the environment. I decided to no longer use this tool for future builds. Not that this is not helpful, but most of the time some machines are not working. It is very hard to keep track of all of them. Also, the resources are not infinite, and that adds a level of complexity to it. I'm not so smart to keep track of all of these things. I will make the most of my brain and hope that nothing will happen. I will still use it for calculating how many machines are used for X amount of items, but that will be all. And of course, I will use the calculator as well. I mean, who doesn't want to have an incorporated calculator in such a game? Now that we also have the grenade ready, we just need to bring everything together, and boom, we have military packs. Can't wait to get my hands on defender robots. For the feeding system, I will break a little part of the first belt to have access to the second one. It was also possible to use a long inserter for this part, but that would cover only one of the packs, not the two of them. Look at that, such a view. I also noticed that the miners from home don't make enough coal for the electricity. We need to upgrade this part as well. And now, for the final part of the labs, we will extend them a little bit. More labs equals faster research. We just need to circle them with belts and we are done. So even after I added so many burners to the network, the electricity part is still struggling. That's not very good. But for the moment, it will suffice. I want to start the oil project. Firstly, we need to help Mother Nature run its course. And by that, I mean to destroy these trees with the power of grenades. We will build all of the pump jacks and we will connect them with a single pipe. Now we have oil. I wanted to show you also that I started on producing the solar panels. As I said previously, we will need lots of them. What are these? Quality models? I saw something in the trailer, but we will have to figure them out. But that is a story for another time. Next time on Surviving as an Engineer, we will continue to level up our oil business, use that petroleum to build new items like the accumulators, expand our base with red circuits, starting to build rails, and of course exploring new land, and much more. And if you enjoyed the video, please like it and subscribe. See ya!